welcome to another episode of Jay's Adventures. And today I've got a really awesome thing to show you guys. We're in creative, if you can't notice. I have decided, I got like inspiration yesterday to work on my base. And so instead of working on it, actually going there and starting to dig out things, I decided I was going to plan it. Now our base is going to be a 9-level base. Pretty awesome. So I went ahead and planned out every single thing. I'm not finished the planning, but we're going to go with a few different little things here. So first of all, these represent 7 of the 9 levels, and I'm going to explain why. So the first level is one that we already created. It's going to be a frozen room with a secret door, and that secret door I'm not going to put in till after. It's going to be the same as this guy right here. That being said, that used to be an old logo that I came up with. I thought it was cool. It's like a little mixing. Anyways, so this is going to be the second level where the main rooms are, like the bedroom, kitchen, dining room, pantry, bakery. And then I've got a guest room and a living room that I'm going to put in there. And that's actually that entire thing I planned out in paint. Third level is going to be the natural farms. Fourth level is going to be the cooler rooms, the more fancy rooms that I'm going to put in. And you guys can see the, you guys can see the courts that I've got. And we're also going to put some carpeting down. These are all themes, okay? So the hallway is going to definitely look like this. And the rest of it is going to be sort of a different thing. Now, one thing I want to talk about really quick, and by the way, most of this episode is going to consist of being in the creative and explaining what I'm doing with these themes, sort of a building episode. Just because I haven't started on the base, and I don't want to start on the base today, because I feel like digging out is kind of a, boring Let's Play. So I've got this right here where it's sort of still frozen in the ground. And I wanted to represent a very frozen area. So, instead of mining and carving out and then replacing with blocks, I wanted to look like they mined and carved out and left quite a bit of residual things like, the snow and the ice and all that stuff. Whereas this, even though you still have the snow on the top and the ice, you're starting to see some ground cover, and I'm going to have to take the silk touch and get some grass. And this is very much still cold looking. We've got some cold colors here, a little bit of warmth right there for the more fancier rooms. But now we get into a much warmer texture here, and right at the bottom here, very warm. So that's sort of where the progression is going. So anyways, the third level is going to be, or the fourth level rather, is going to be the cooler rooms, which is going to, I'm going to get fancy here and do things like a library, a ballroom, and all that stuff. Obviously, we're not going to go by level. I'm going to dig all these out, and then we're going to sort of work room by room and start to do the ones like the farms first, and then add these little special things. The fifth room, or the fifth level rather, is going to be farms. Sheep, cows, hold on, time set 0. Sheep, cows, chickens, pig farms, and I found out online a cool idea to build is a kennel with cats and dogs. And not that I'm going to really do much with them, I want to have them there just to say that I have them, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. Then we've got this room, which doesn't just look fancy, and this is the extra special area. And as you guys will see, I'm not going to show you guys the actual maps of the top-down view that I'm working on, but as you'll see when we build it, this is gonna once we get out of here, or actually really when we get out of here, it's gonna get smaller and smaller and smaller because we don't need as many rooms. So this is going to be just for a bank, which is going to store all of our valuables, and it's also going to have a monument room. Then we've got the storage room, which I wanted to have under this fancy thing so that we kind of realize we're getting out of the fancy stuff and we're going into sort of the bland world. So this is just gonna be for storage. I'm gonna have a pretty large room full of chests and all sorts of stuff that I'm gonna have to dig out, and sort of gonna be a big project that I don't really want to get into, but you know, you're gonna have to. And that reminds me, probably what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna have a bunch of shelves that are set up sort of like this, just as a little side thing. And all I'm gonna do is put one shelf right there and right there, and then we're just gonna have some chests, and we're gonna get the trap chest as well, and we're just gonna go one at a time. Okay, and same over here with these, and we'll have whole sections for like cobblestone and stuff like that. But I think something like that actually looks really good, and more than likely I'll even do a double like this, and that way we can stick the other side onto it just like that. So I think it'll work well, and the benefit here is that I can, on top of that, do something like this where we do have that double, but I don't really want to do that. I'll probably have a double stack them two on each other, but I want to have it off the floor to make it look a little bit different. And then this level is going to be a mob arena with a mob prison. I decided, Clay Creations, I decided not to put this in the castle, the mob prison in the castle. It's a good idea. I mean, in the fort, it's a good idea. But a fort doesn't really have a prison. So what I'm doing, I could have sworn I saw something glitch over there. What I'm doing is, here in this arena, I'm going to have a mob prison. And basically what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to have, you know, a stable mob prison where I'm going to have on display a skeleton, a creeper, and a zombie. And maybe a villager zombie and then a baby zombie. And then I'll name them. But what I want to do here is in the center of my base, okay? So, let me get a good visual for you guys. Stop it. Okay. So, we've got our base. Let's say our base is going to be, I don't know, something like this. Alright. Okay. So, this is our base. Very basic. Right here in the center of our base is going to be a mob farm. Now, theoretically, anywhere we go in our base, I'm hoping that this is the case, we'll be able to have this mob farm active. And even if it's not, they're all gonna fall down to the bottom, and I'm gonna have an on-off switch. And the way this is gonna work is when the switch is on, it's gonna be let's say this is the top of the arena. There's gonna be water over, so maybe it'll be set up something like this. We'll have a hopper here, right? And maybe that'll even be in the storage room, as there will be a hopper going into a place. And basically what's going to happen here is when there's going to be a dispenser right here with water, and we'll have probably a bunch of blocks all over the place, like this. Dispenser here. Dispenser's going to pour water on here, so when the mobs fall, they're going to fall into the water. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a door here, piston, and this piston's going to push this down, and there's going to be a piston up here, push that up. And the arena will probably have a seat right here. And then all the mobs are going to come out of here, and that's when we take them on. Now, if I want to get more elaborate, which I'm probably going to end up doing, is there's going to be this middle center, and I'm going to have a dispenser probably right here instead of right there. And what this is going to do is when this dispenser is on, these mobs are going to fall down, and they're going to fall through the water, and then that will be on top of the arena, which makes more sense actually. So, you know, like it'll be 8 out this way. Oops. 8 out this way. So then they'll fall down, boom, 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 and I might carry it a little more, I might carry it a little less, we'll see. And these mobs are going to fall down, and then I'm going to have to fight them from multiple directions. It'll be a good place to get some XP, and some extra XP, but more than likely, I'm just going to have it to kind of, I guess, do some sort of challenge, I guess, from you guys. Maybe you guys will say some time challenges or something like that, just for fun. So yeah, that's the sort of base, and then the 9th level is going to be a mine and a quarry, which I'm not really going to go with any sort of decorative anything, just right off the bat, but I might end up doing something off of that. Let me take a quick screenshot there. I want to do that type of screenshot. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. I think these designs look really good, and I can't wait to actually get this place done. But it's one of these things, you need to take it one step at a time, and one level, or not really level at a time, but one room at a time. And right now I'm just going to probably focus on getting these levels hashed out. And after this is done, what is going to be the most important part and most important piece of this base is that we have access to everything in this space. We can always come back. And the hope is that this very base is going to be used eventually to be the centerpiece, and where we're going to exit this base and go into the center of the nether hub, and the nether hub is going to sprawl out in all different directions through that, so that we can sort of carry whatever we need to whatever other places we need to go. I like this design a lot, and I can't wait to build it. So I'm gonna shut up, turn off the camera, get this video out to you guys, and build it myself. So that's gonna do it. Oh, you know what it is? I bet you that is a ghost slime. Because I'm on peaceful and it's locked, that's a bug. Alright. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. And until next time, happy mining and crafting.